NVIDIA reaching all-time highs, Bitcoin to $100,000, and some cheap stocks to get into that would change your portfolio forever. Welcome to NextGen Wealth Tips, where I give you guys news and tips on the market and give you weekly lessons on how to manage your money and become financially stable. Today, we're getting deep into stocks and talking a little more on the crypto side, what NVIDIA is doing to the market after their earnings. First, let's get something off the table. The new rate cuts is projected to be 50-50% now. Before it was an 80-20 decision. Now it's all the way to 50-50, which is basically a coin toss. What this means is that if we don't get that rate cut, the stocks and the market overall, Bitcoin, everything will be affected. But if we do get that rate cut, we normally see a jump in stocks, especially crypto, which means that even if we break that $100,000 level, we're going to break it even more, maybe even 120,000, which is kind of insane. But you can see the market go up even more, including crypto. We're using the new Robinhood area, and if you want to install Robinhood yourself, just use that link below. You get a free stock anyway, so you might as well use that. But let's talk about NVIDIA, about how it opened up and what it's looking like for the market. So today we indeed opened up to that 150 level, which is kind of insane because this is breaking a new all-time high. But at the same time, it broke it for literally a minute, and then it dropped back below a crazy amount, and the whole market overall dropped. But then we did see it come back to the 148 levels, 149-ish, and then just honestly just up and down. The market was insane today, and then it kind of just balanced out after hours. NVIDIA did close at a positive 1% today. 19 firms recently raised its price targets on NVIDIA. NVIDIA chips are changing the world, and everybody are replacing their old systems with the NVIDIA chips. But with a lot of orders, they don't have too many chips to offer, which can break profits. And with their competition, they might lose to their competition if their competition can make better chips. But at this moment, NVIDIA is number one. NVIDIA is doing it all. Everybody wants NVIDIA. I don't think any competition can really take over unless people are just in a rush, because they're still 12 months booked up. So that could kind of make them lose to their competition. So just be very, very careful with that. And at the same time, with this recent earning calls, we learned that now NVIDIA isn't really moving as much as it used to, just because people are honestly expecting NVIDIA to blow away numbers, and it's number one already. So this is one of those stocks that you will see come up, but it's going to come up slowly nowadays. So keep that on your mind, but keep this on your radar because it is still going up and it's not stopping. And this is a good long-term play and even short-term plays. And one more thing that he kind of talked about is the power restraint that we kind of have. There's not enough power in the world to power all the chips. So that's another thing that we're kind of running into. So keep that on your mind. Another thing that should be on your mind is that Elon Musk and NVIDIA are kind of connected a lot, and Elon Musk is paying a lot of money to NVIDIA. Elon Musk is probably one of their biggest customers right now with all the plans that they have. With that being said, we got the robotaxi, we got the robots, we got all this plan that Tesla is trying to do. And with that being said, NVIDIA is powering most things, so NVIDIA stock is going to move with other people's stocks. As you can see, we had a big dip today, and all other stocks had a big dip today too. So with that being said, NVIDIA is indeed going to be moving a lot of other stocks, and especially people that buy into NVIDIA. That being said, let's talk about Tesla a little bit. As you can see, we did have a big dip pre-market, and then it kind of rallied back, but it didn't rally all the way back up to that 345 level. And it almost broke at the 350 level today, but it kind of didn't. So maybe we can see 350 next week on Tesla, but we kind of still need good news on Tesla. And if NVIDIA has some good news, it might move upwards with it. With that being said, we are up and down, and you can really make some good plays. One of the plays that I did make today, my first play, I bought in at this dip, and then I sold up here. And then my second one, I actually bought at this dip, and I sold around, I think up here I sold because it was kind of like breaking. It was going up and down. And then I finally sold. No, I sold right here. My bad. I sold right here because it was kind of up and down, and then just kind of sold up there, which isn't really that bad. But what I try to do, I try to buy the dips and then just sell it high because normally it moves the same every single day, as you can see. So this is a recommendation that I have for you guys. Just have a plan before you go in. That being said, let's open up TradingView and look at this. Bitcoin almost broke the 100,000 already, and this is just pre-market. I'm thinking by this week we can break the 100,000 level, if not next week. We're at $99,200. That is insane. All new time highs, just pre-market already. With some pre-market money, you can probably see that tomorrow. It's not a promise, but I think so. But it did hit 99,000, and we're kind of just going down to the 98,000s again. We broke 98,000 yesterday. With that being said, I think the stock, just like it did here, it can break the 100,000 level, but I don't think it would really stay in the 100,000 level just because I think a lot of people are going to sell off when it does hit 100,000. So it might go up over and then bounce a big amount, maybe just back to 98,000, and then you'll see it probably at 100,000 the next week or something. But that's what I'm thinking. I feel like a lot of people are going to sell at 100,000, so just be very, very careful. But Bitcoin is still a strong buy, but at the same time, I think we're going to have a big pullback coming up soon. So I'd be very, very careful with how long you hold it for. But so with that being said, I want to talk about two stocks. One is going to be Coinbase. Coinbase has been falling recently, as you can see, a big dip here. It's been falling. It's been up and down, honestly. But we had a big dip today, and it's kind of been opening high, but then selling low. As you can see recently, Bitcoin did indeed break a new all-time high pre-market, so that's kind of why you guys see it up high. And as you can see, it's going back up high now pre-market. So I recommend looking at Coinbase. And another one is MicroStrategy. They recently wanted to raise, or I think $47 billion to buy some more crypto or Bitcoin. So that is a big, big key. Is once Bitcoin goes up, this is going to go up. As you can see, it's not really going up right now, but I think once it breaks 100,000, we might see a little bit more, just as more people buy it and people use this app to buy it. With that being said, SPY did move with NVIDIA today. As you can see, it dropped all the way down to 587, and you could have sold it at 594, which is a decent upward trend for SPY. If you would have got an option play, you would have made so much money with that. The thing about SPY is that you can make so much money with this, with the options plays, and but be careful because you can lose a lot of money at the same time. So I recommend keeping this on your radar just in case, because SPY does move with NVIDIA, so keep that in mind. Now we're going to talk about some cheap stocks that you can buy that follows crypto. First off is CleanSpark. CleanSpark operates with crypto, so I recommend looking into this. It's only 13 bucks. It can go up to $15 to $16. This could be some short-term calls, options, or just buy it in, put a lot of money into it, and then sell it when it gets higher. I think if once it hits 100,000, we can probably hit that 15 level, as you can see here, maybe even higher. But I'm just predicting it to get to 15. It can get even higher, all the way up to like almost 16 bucks. So I recommend looking into this one. Another one is Hut 8. It just has big holdings in crypto, and a lot of people are going to be investing into this one too. And last but not least, Mara. A lot of people are actually looking at this one themselves, so I recommend getting in tomorrow. Next, we're going to talk about Amazon. It broke below the 200 level, which means good because with the Christmas coming up, a lot of people are going to be shopping Christmas, Valentine's Day, Thanksgiving. A lot of people are going to be shopping on that, so I recommend getting in this into your level. To start, Friday is going to be a good day, so just like I said, look at the dips, buy the dips, and then sell high. So I recommend looking at SPY below the 590 levels if you can get in. I always have a plan. I go to pre-market and I see where I want to buy it at, and then I put like some of my portfolio into it, and then if it dips below that mark, I try to buy it lower, but I recommend looking at it below the 590s to get back up. It could probably even get lower, 588 levels, something like that. Next, we're going to be talking about Tesla. My levels, I try to look at it below the 340 levels. I try to get at 338, 339, and then I'll put a little bit of my portfolio into it, and then if it drops even more, I'll put the rest into that. Or I look for another play. As you can see, it dipped below. I bought it here, sold it, and then I bought it down here, and then sold it again. So you got a lot of open opportunities, and if you don't have a plan before you buy, don't buy it. And if worse comes to worse and your plan doesn't set up for that day, just don't trade that day. It's better than losing money. Last but not least, NVIDIA. NVIDIA is kind of the same. I'd buy it below the 140 levels, even though that's pretty low right now, but I'd probably look at it below the 140 levels. It can even dip below that even more. As you can see yesterday, it did. So I look at it below 140. Might even get it down below 138. And you can get the most luckier plays. As is a Friday, I recommend getting over 2 weeks options. But if you want to get the same day and you want to risk a lot more, you can, but you might lose money. So I recommend just getting into a safe play. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe, like, comment. Let me know what you guys want me to cover next. Love you guys. Peace out.